The mid-season 1 update didn't really change much. I don't know why the weapon patch was so small, but the meta is still the same. But they did mention that at a later date, maybe in like a week or two, they're going to update more weapons like the Swarm and Interceptor, but it's not including this and I have no idea why. But nonetheless, let's talk about the best 12 guns that you can use in the mid-season 1 update right now. So to kick this off, this is no particular order. These are just some of the best guns to use. So number 1 is going to be the SVA 545. Now this one is going to compete with the best LMGs, battle rifles, and marksman rifles. And on top of all of that, the recoil is very manageable. So the SVA is a really good option. The best AR right now. And then obviously the number 1 secondary right now is the Swarm. It did not get nerfed at all, which I'm kind of disappointed about, but this is that class you guys want to use for the Swarm. I mean, we all know how crazy that thing is. Next up, we have the TAC-E. Now, the TAC-E did get a small nerf. I don't think it's going to knock it out the meta. This thing is still going to be really good because it has low recoil, really good bullet velocity, and still a really good time to kill. So that's definitely one you want to look into using still. Next up, we have the WSP9. Now, this one is kind of like a sleeper SMG. If you guys find it hard to use the Swarm because of the recoil, this is kind of like the Swarm, but it has a slower fire rate and better recoil control. So this is one for you guys that can't really control recoil that much because it gives you the opportunity to do so. Like you guys see, it doesn't really move at all. Next up, what we have besides that one is the PKM. Now the PKM is still going to be a really good option, even though it did get nerfed, just because of what this thing has to offer with low recoil, good bullet velocity, crazy time to kill, and you get a 100-round drum. Like it doesn't really get much better than that. Moving on from that, we have the Striker 45. Now this one is going to be a little bit more of a skilled gun to use. Like the recoil along with the iron sights make this gun a little bit harder to use. If you guys find it hard to control recoil, kind of stay away from that one and stick to either the WSP9 or the Swarm. But this build right here that you see is really fun for Vandal. Movement speed is crazy with that one right there. Next up, what we have is the BOSS-B. BOSS-B, man, I don't know why they haven't nerfed this thing yet. I mean, they did it before, but not in this update. I don't understand why. But yeah, this build is insane. Definitely a great long range option. Now, this one does have a little bit more bounce to it. But if you can control it, you know, you're not going to be losing any gunfights. And now next up from that, what we have is the ISO 9mm. Now this one did get a nerf, but this is still by far one of the better SMGs compared to a lot of guns in the game right now. And one of the few MW2 guns that actually compete. Super fast fire rate, really good mobility. Recoil is a little bit more aggressive, but still easily manageable. And then moving on to the last two sets, what we have is still the MTZ. Like I said, they haven't nerfed it yet, but in like a week or two, they said they're going to nerf it again. So just be on the lookout. But as of right now, this is the same old gun that we know about, 3 to 4 shot kill gun. Super easy to use at that. Next up, what we have is a Haymaker. I really hate to promote this, but this thing is crazy. If you get this into close quarter gunfights, like inside buildings, staircases, whatever, this is a consistent 2 to 3 shot kill. You're not going to lose gunfights, even to the Swarm, if you have this. Just trust me on that. This is one I'm surprised they didn't nerf at all. And then for my last 2 guns, I want to give you guys like some bonus options because there are a lot of really good long range options in this game. One being the Ram 7. This Ram 7 build is a really good sniper support, insane time to kill. Like the time to kill on this thing is actually broken, and I'm surprised it didn't get nerfed at all. I don't know if you guys seen the recoil, but this thing does not move at all. Look at this. Like it's actually broken, literally. For the last gun, this is like the pro players go-to build right now. The MTZ 762. This thing has a insane time to kill because it is a battle rifle. Recoil is a little bit more bouncy, but it's nothing that people can't really control. And I would say this is like a close to medium range, you know, gun. But still really good. All the pro players are using that thing right now. So like I said, man, the meta hasn't really changed at all, and this is like the top 12 best guns in the game right now. So if this helped you out in any way, make sure you guys drop me a like and be sure to subscribe because I will have gameplay with the brand new guns later today.